We got there in the end. And ahead of tonight's penultimate episode, joined by this year's Apprentice Final Five, Tre, Flo, Phil, Paul and Rachel.
Oh, welcome to all of
guys.
you. Now, of course, we couldn't talk to them without Lord Sugar's right-hand man, Tim Campbell. So good to see you as well, Tim.
Hey, Tim.
Likewise.
You've gone all official now that these guys are...
I've got to get into the mode.
Let's put in the scary face on.
In the final stages now.
You've gone all weird.
They bring it out with me.
Lows when you were that.
We know he's nice. We know he's nice.
He's gone into
We
the
know.
boardroom now.
It's good fun, it's good fun. Tre, let's start with you.
Yep.
I mean, you say you're the oldest of the bunch. You don't look at the oldest of the bunch. How did it feel, babes, when you got your tune in the boardroom? What was that like?
Oh, that was hilarious because I wasn't expecting that. And then when I just heard the dun, 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 it was a mixture of like, no, because there's too many vocals to go on an ad.
So good.
But I was like, yeah, a little bit of royalties. I was like, Birdie, you're on my team now. I didn't know what team he was on when he played that, actually.
Wasn't it good?
So
good.
hang on a second. Has Lord Sugar heard that song?
He only knew it, I think, isn't
He said he hadn't heard it, didn't he?
He'd never heard it before.
Is that what
he's joking.
What's
I
going
reckon
on?
he's
What
thrown
are
a
you
few
doing?
shapes at that.
What were your thoughts? Did you think you were too old to apply? Like, when you were putting it, you were like, will they take me on? Like, do you have any hesitation?
No, I didn't think that age was a thing. I think my hesitation probably was more, I'm from, like, obviously UK Garage, where, like, producers in the background.
Yeah.
So people would think that, yeah, we'd want to be on TV, but that was a hesitation, thinking, oh, I'm going to be on the box, it's a big show, blah, blah, blah. But after a bit, I was just like, no, I love this programme. I'm a massive fan of The Apprentice.
Yeah, he's so good, isn't he?
Huge fan of Lord Sugar. Like, he's, like, literally one of my idols.
Really?
Yeah, literally
What's
one of my
been
idols.
your favourite task to do?
Oh, so many of them, but I would probably say Formula E.
Oh,
I love cars.
Yeah.
It was creative. It had every ingredient in there. You know, I had to do the public speaking thing, which I absolutely
You
love.
were all
like, give
over
me
it,
a
weren't you,
mic.
Tre, you're too shy, I think.
Give me
You're
a
too
mic.
shy for that.
Yeah, I'd overcome a few nerves.
I want to hear from everyone. Flo, what's been your favourite task?
I think, you know, for me, it was the cheesecake task because I was so far out of my comfort zone when Tre was trying to teach me how to rap. Yeah, couldn't be further from it. But, you know, if anybody's going to teach me how to do it, at least it was Tre.
Absolutely.
Tre, what do you call her? What's her nickname?
She's like MC Flo, isn't it? or Cardi Flo. Cardi Flo.
Hey, I'll take that. I'll take that. But never rapping again.
Never?
For the rap.
You wouldn't even, like, bring it back just for this show now?
No.
Got to drop you a beat? No.
Okay.
No.
Tim, how important is that to get the guys out of their comfort zones when it comes to these tasks?
I think all the way through it, because you'll see there's such a variety of tasks. Lord Sugar's really looking for individuals who have that flexibility, but also understanding in order to win, you have to work as a collaborative team. So it's no good having a massive ego where it takes over, and all of these candidates have shown that. That's why they're in the finals.
I love that about The Apprentice, because you see the people with, like, the huge egos, and every year you're like, why are you being like that? Because you know you're going to be out so quickly, you know?
I mean, what's so incredible is you're all very successful in your own right, and Phil, you've obviously got a pie company. I was wondering, did you bring me any pies?
No, I'm sorry, Alison, I didn't. I should have. You know what, that's normally normally my best currency. Pies get me everywhere, but I'm sorry, I didn't bring them.
But have you enjoyed your experience? What have you... Because you've had quite a few losses, haven't you? And
Did you have to mention that, Alison?
Sorry. What I was going to say, although you've had losses, you've climbed back out and you're still there.
It was all about resilience. It was week in, week out, I was getting losses. And do you know what? I actually really enjoyed the boardroom. I think I had about 27 boardrooms in the end, but the CAF is really brutal. It's horrible. We have to sit like this to each other and tell each other what they've done wrong, and they tell you what they've done wrong, and that's the worst part. But do you know what? The process itself was absolutely fantastic. Met some unbelievable people and
the thing
really
is, you must like each other now. It must be so difficult when you've got to do that.
That is hard. I mean, obviously we become friends. You know, we spend a lot of time. We don't have our phones, so we spend a lot of time actually engaging with people, getting to know each other and their families. And then you sit in the boardroom and you've got to throw them under the bus. You know, that's just part of the game. And yeah, but it's fantastic. Yeah.
But do you have to throw them under the bus? Do you think you look down when someone has that kind of survivalist kind of, you know, as long as I get out of it, you know, like you said, you want team players, right?
It's a really difficult balance because Lord Sugar really respects people who are honest, so people put up their hands and admit when they've made mistakes, but he also doesn't like people who flip-flop when he wants a direct answer.
Yeah.
So he's like, who was responsible for this? And then people try and be diplomatic in the beginning, like, well, it could have been this. He's like, tell me the truth. So he really advocates people just being honest and direct.
I never forget we did a little film with him for the NTAs, and the whole thing was when The Apprentice first started or whatever. And I went and he went, "What do you want me to do then?" And I explained exactly what I wanted him to do, and he went, "No, we're not going to do it like that." And then repeated to me pretty much word for word what I just said to him. That's how we're going to do it. And I was like,
"That sounds familiar."
All right.
Yeah. That sounds familiar.
Paul, so what's this about Paul doing a bit of body popping?
Okay. Well,
moves.
Come on, you can do it now.
my day-to-day job is obviously I'm a dentist honing in on restorative aesthetic cosmetic, but I can body pop. Do you want me to show you?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
To get up? Are you going to drop me a beat?
Lewis, director up there.
All right. Dem, are you going to join me, or we might do it solo?
Join him.
No pressure. That's all right. It's not too bad. It's not too bad.
The architect.
More royalties, more royalties.
Do you know what? I'm not going to lie, though. Donning that blue morph suit, that was probably the most fun I had. Because we genuinely thought when we did it as well that we created probably the best thing that's ever happened on The Apprentice. But when we went to the boardroom, it was a completely different story.
It always is.
Absolutely brilliant. Have you kept the suit, though?
I've kept the suit, yeah. I was going to bring it on today.
No, you can keep that one. Keep that one. Keep it.
Rachel, how much fun have you had on the show? Have you enjoyed it?
So much fun. I think at the time, you're probably not thinking that. It is a very stressful environment to be in, but I remember being in Budapest. I had this massive horn in my mouth, and I was just...
A horn in your mouth?
No. I had a horn in my face, and I was just doing this boat tour in a city I'd never been to, on this river, the sun was shining, and Tre, Nora and I were just shouting at these poor people who'd paid quite a lot of money to be on this trip, and they were just having the best time, and so were we. And I think it's moments like that that you'll always have, even though it is a very stressful and, crazy thing to go do.
Is it nice living together? Because I know you all live together as well. Is it difficult? Because obviously these are your competition. Is it hard?
Do you know what? In the house, we're all so respectful of each other. I think you guys see the boardroom and it getting really tense, but then when we're back in the house, it is such a respectful environment and everyone got on so well. And I think as the house got smaller, we all kind of got closer because it started with, I think there was 17 of us at the beginning, and then obviously ended up with, quite a small amount of us. So I think, you do become really close.
I guess by the time you get home, you're so exhausted as well.
So,
all you want to do
exactly.
is just get your trackies on and just have a chat and relax, right?
Oh, and the thing is, you've got no distractions. You haven't got your phone. You've got
So good,
just need to make
you talked about
conversation.
earlier on about obviously kids and screen time, but has that been healthy for you guys as well?
Less stressful.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely,
It actually opens your mind to, proper conversations and real connections. It's actually taught me, the phones are really, really bad.
So have you not got your phones now?
Oh, no, we have them now.
Oh, you've got them.
This is what we film.
Speak to each other.
Is one of these an actual winner now? Do they know one?
Well,
who's the winner is?
after tonight's show, you'll find out who's going to be
So
in the
one
final.
of you are a winner. is it going to be another woman? Because obviously for the last 5 years, it's been a
So,
woman.
Alison, what you're going to have to do, Alison, I know you're desperate to find out. You're going to have to watch and then watch next week to see what happens. But tonight at 9 o'clock, you can watch to see how these individuals get on with Lord Sugar's most trusted advisor.
What do you think, Tim, is the secret of this show's longevity? Because every year it rates so well and people engage with it so well, and also people get so much success out of it.
I think a huge part is Lord Sugar himself. He is such a formidable character who's actually voluntarily going to support the next generation of entrepreneurs, and that's a great thing, I think. We often talk about the American dream, but he epitomises the British dream, and he's giving another person the opportunity to follow in his steps. I think also there's some classic tasks, like we talk about the interview stage, there's the shopping channel that they would have seen before, and other things like that. But it was also keeping relevant with the Formula E elements, making sure there's up-to-date artificial intelligence. So I think there's bits we love and bits that we're very familiar, and obviously the car crashes in the boardroom.
Good luck to everyone.
All right,
Good luck.
Thank you.
9 o'clock on BBC One and iPlayer.